Hey, it's Dr. Charles, aka CoachMD. In my over 30 years of medical practice, I've made it my goal to help you create a great life by achieving a strong mind, a healthy body, and an unshakable spirit. Today, I want to talk to you about a couple of things that might help with your weight loss goals. And these are 5 foods that safely suppress your appetite. Now, we're not looking for pills or some I don't know, out of the world kind of supernatural kind of ways to lose weight. No, we're talking about very basic foods that you might ingest that could, with a meal or a snack that might suppress your appetite, right? So let's take a look at this article and let me evaluate it, review it, react to it, and see if it really could help you. And they're listing here black pepper, spinach, and other common foods can assist in appetite control, helping you stay on a natural path toward health and wellness. Being overweight or obese is the result of a complex set of interactions among genetic, behavioral, and environmental factors. Agree with all of those. And despite the seemingly countless weight loss diet strategies, potions, and devices offered to Americans today, it is important to know that healthy weight loss entails comprehensive lifestyle changes, including a balanced diet, right? There's really no magic to this. And yeah, you might have some genetics, and that might uh, affect you and may make it a little bit harder, but truly it's about lifestyle, and that's the reality. Um, a lot of times we talk about genetics and we mix that up with familial. And what I mean by that is, let's say you were brought up in a family where both of your parents or one of your parents um, really did not have good lifestyle choices, or they, for other reasons, became obese or overweight. And I talk about the automatic brain, and the automatic brain is our body's innate reaction to danger. And whenever danger is detected, we fight or flee it. Well, guess what? Familiarity, comfort, expectation, all of those things, if we encounter the opposite, the unexpected, the unknown, the uncomfortable, the unfamiliar, that triggers our automatic brain to fight or flee. So guess what? Let's say you grew up in a home where, as I said, one or both of your parents were overweight or obese or didn't make good food choices. Well, guess what? That becomes your familiar. That becomes your comfort. That becomes your expected, your familiar. So anything that deviates from that is unfamiliar, like making proper choices or having a healthy, fit weight. Um, all of those things become unfamiliar. So our brain is programmed between birth and adolescence to have all those things that in our later life may cause us to fight or flee. So that's a very important point to understand. You're not condemned by it, but it's important to bring it up to the level of awareness and consciousness so you can realize that those are your triggers to put you back into unhealthy choices. So therefore, it may not be genetic. It just may be familial. I've encountered patients over the years who told me that actually they used to make fun of relatives who might have made healthier choices. So a child doesn't want to be made fun of by their parents or doesn't want to be ostracized by their parents because they want the love of their parents. And guess what? The loss of love is another trigger to that automatic brain I talk about. So let's go further. So as you're bringing these things up to the level of awareness and consciousness, maybe making a couple different food choices might help you get over that hump. So let's look at this a little bit further. As part of a natural strategy, you may explore a range of natural herbs, spices, and foodstuffs that suppress or control your appetite in a risk-free way versus taking appetite suppressant pills that typically come with nasty side effects. And they don't work for the long term. That's my experience. One is black pepper. Piper nigrum, commonly known as black pepper, is a highly reputed herb in the traditional Indian medicinal system of Ayurveda. Much of its benefits come from the component piperine, a bioavailability enhancer and a potentially obesity fighter. Pungent spices like black pepper are also appetite suppressing. A 2018 study put this to the test, evaluating whether the consumption of black pepper based beverage would affect appetite sensations postprandial, that means after a meal, glucose levels, gut hormones, thyroid function, and gastrointestinal health after eating a white wheat bread challenge meal with 50 grams of carbohydrates. A beverage with pepper in it? Ugh. But let's see. In this study involving 16 healthy subjects, the researchers concluded that the black pepper beverage might be beneficial for modulating appetite. According to the study, the beverage modulated appetite by reducing hunger, desire to eat, and prospective consumption. Okay, that's interesting. Thinking about what you might eat further, while increasing satiety, meaning fullness, and fullness. Satiety means the sense of being full or having eaten enough. The second is spinach. A long-term human study from the Lund University in Sweden found that a spinach extract containing green leaf membranes known as thylakoids reduced hedonic hunger by up to 95%. Hedonic, again, you may have looked at my previous video about lottery winners and the hedonic set point, whatever. Hedonic is pleasure, hedonism, right? So hedonic hunger, meaning eating for pleasure, it reduced it by up to 95%, as well as increased weight loss at 43%. Now, you could, people say that, I don't want to eat salads. Salads are, I get it. But you know what? You could really create a great spinach salad, I'm telling you, with spinach and nuts and cranberries and just all sorts of things that is very robust and filling, actually. I know that from experience, and it's enjoyable and not difficult to prepare. Hedonic hunger is the craving that people have for unhealthy foods such as sweets or junk food. In the study, thylakoids reinforce the production of satiety hormones in the body, leading to better appetite control and increased weight loss. Our analysis showed that having a drink containing God, it's a tough one. The thylakoids before breakfast reduces cravings and keeps you feeling more satisfied all day, said Charlotte Erlison Alberson, author and professor at Lund University. In an animal study, authors evaluated the appetite-suppressing effect of a flavonoid-rich extract of spinach leaf. Spinach demonstrated a promising effect by inducing a quicker than normal release of cholecystokinin, a short-term satiety signal. This may be due to the high flavonoid content they added. Very interesting. And, I so many times over the years, people have said, I just hate those foods. I hate healthier foods. But that's because you haven't tried them. You haven't been a little bit just creative or just it's a little bit stubborn, honestly. It's kind of like when you go into a doctor's office and you ask them about vitamins or flavonoids, for instance, and they'll say, no, those things don't work. There's studies that show that debunk those things. Those doctors are just saying that off the cuff because they don't know, right? But the same thing you may be doing by saying, I hate healthy foods or I hate salads, whatever. But that means you haven't tried a range of foods. You're very limited to a certain foods that may be satisfying because of their fat content and their carbohydrate content only. But there are so many other choices out there. I guarantee you, if you just expand your horizons and take off those blinders, because doctors suffer from the same syndrome. We all do. And again, that's our automatic brain protecting us from not knowing, which could be dangerous, right? We fight and flee that back into our safety zones or our comfort zones. 3, fennel. Fennel, which belongs to the, oh man, I'm going to butcher this one, Apiaceae family. I don't know if I said that right. Is an ancient medicinal plant with known antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antibacterial properties. An animal study on fennel's effect on body weight, feed intake, food efficiency rate, and serum leptin. Leptin is something which blocks your hunger. Showed it could reduce the rate of food efficiency or the percent of food intake stored as fat in the subjects. In research among overweight women in South Korea, 9 healthy subjects, a very small study, were given fenugreek tea or placebo tea, then provided with a lunch buffet, after which their food consumption was analyzed. The researchers then measured subjective appetite, hunger, fullness, desire to eat, and prospective food intake. Drinking the fennel and fenugreek teas significantly aided in suppressing subjective appetite among the participants. Compared with placebo, fennel tea translated to less hunger and prospective food intake, as well as greater feelings of fullness. Okay, that's a small study, but I think it's interesting. 4, flaxseed, a food and fiber crop rich in dietary fiber and omega-3 fats. Flaxseed is also widely explored for appetite suppression. And before I go any further, let me know if you have anything that you found that can help you, and let me know what you think about my channel, this article, and while you're at it, like and subscribe so I can keep providing more content for you. In 2 randomized studies with 24 and 20 subjects each, a small dose of flaxseed fiber substantially suppressed appetite along with energy intake. Administered as drinks or tablets, flaxseed fiber produced similar responses. Flaxseed does have a downside to it. Some people get intestinal gas from it. Okay, so just be prepared. It's a great seed or appetite additive ingredient, very healthy for you, as just mentioned. But it can cause intestinal gas if you're not used to it, if your body's not used to it. In a separate study, 4 different meals were tested in 18 young men in a double-blind study. Test meals were served after an overnight fast with flax seeds in varying forms as the fiber source. The findings suggested that flaxseed fiber may suppress postprandial lipemia, which is fat in the blood, that the rise in blood triglycerides after eating, that's what lipemia is, which is fats, triglycerides, the breakdown products of fat, as well as appetites. Subsequent energy intake, however, was not affected. 5, yogurt, a fermented milk product viewed as essential food and nutrient source. Recent clinical evidence suggests yogurt is involved in controlling body weight, therefore helping reduce the risk for type 2 diabetes. That is, if you're not ingesting a yogurt that's full of sugar. You got to be careful with that. Many of the common brands are. Factors at work include yogurt's unique composition, including its lactic acid bacteria, which may affect gut microbiota. Yogurt intake may lead to increased body fat loss, decreased food intake, increased satiety, and altered gut hormone response. The relative energy and nutrient content and contribution of a standard portion of yogurt to the overall diet suggests that the percentage daily intake of these nutrients largely contributes to nutrient requirements and provides a strong contribution to regulation of energy metabolism, the authors explained. Now, this is very interesting because what if you were to combine, let me give you an example, right? Take a big bowl, get a bunch of spinach leaves, get some Greek yogurt, put in some pistachio nuts, some cranberries. Be imaginative. You could put other things in, but it makes for a very robust and filling and very tasty salad. And you could add some salad dressing also, because I can tell you, even if you add 3 tablespoons or 4 tablespoons of possibly a highly fatty salad, that's going to fill you up enough and would replace a normal lunch, let's say, which might have been 600 to 700 calories with something that's probably 300 or 400 calories. So these are just some suggestions. I think very good ones. So let me know what you think. And until next time, I'm Dr. Charles, urging you, stay strong in mind. Very important. Body. Look at my videos on my workouts to achieve a strong body. And I'm over 60 years old. So if I can do it, you can do it, right? So a strong body, a strong mind, a healthy and strong body. And right here, unshakable soul. Bye for now.
Dr. Charles, CoachMD, thanks for stopping by. Make sure to like and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you think you have a friend who might benefit from this video, share it with them. For access to exclusive content, support my Patreon. There you'll get private access to videos, meditations, health tips, even relationship and financial tips. You'll have a say in what I produce and be able to participate in a monthly call with me. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you soon.